Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. The lineup we have suggests it's going to be a 4-5-1 formation, Jim.
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball, and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular managerial selection because of that. It's just extremely flexible with all the numbers I've mentioned.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's forced to go back. And it's Stojkovic. So Javier Zanetti, Jim, very little doubt, I suppose, that he will have a huge influence on the outcome today.
Absolutely, Peter. One of his teammates even said he was better than all of us put together, which goes to show how complete a player he actually is. When it comes to balancing attack and defence, I'm not sure there's ever been anyone better.
Hasebe. Valencia controlling the possession in this early phase. Stojkovic. Xavi. Cafu pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Goes down, but nothing given. Well, they can break here. Rijkaard. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, that's fabulous. Tries a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Bragantino with the corner, there first. And that should get the job done. Costa Curta. Valencia tries one from range. Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Costa Curta certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
Jordi Alba is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Odo. Front-footed pressing going on here. And it's Stojkovic. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Maradona. That has ended up in no man's land. Rijkaard. Busquets. For Xavi. That's destined for the flank. Can he get it through? Played out to the left flank. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Zanetti. Sends it crossfield. Messi. Oh, good spread. Now it's Messi. Messi's cross. Impressive jump! No, not the best of headers. Hasebe is always looking to break lines. Odo tries to pass it through. Oh, played through for the wide man. Great ball, real chance! It's in! The first significant strike. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Can he get on the end of this? And here's Maradona. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Stojkovic threads one in. That is a great pick out. Now it's Stojkovic. Stojkovic is fouled. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. So, power or guile, what's it going to be? So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Shoots! And that's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Valencia are due. The referee's awarded a free kick. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10. And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, it would have to be the highly rated Dean Howson. The perfect blend of total football and tiki-taka. I like the front-footed approach he takes to defending. He's very effective, pushing people back by almost joining in central midfield himself. And, you know, he has a real air of authority about him now as he matures through the game.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Jordi Alba. Knocks it into space. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. That's Busquets. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Stojkovic. Can he finish? It's anyone's ball now. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Valencia with the corner. They're first. They've played it short. Backward it goes. And it's Otto. Aimed beyond the defence. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Jordi Alba is looking to influence the game from out wide. And here's Iniesta. Iniesta will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's picked it up out wide. That looks... He's rising! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
So it is still 0-0. Jordi Alba. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He has found the way through. Oh, no joy this time.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Real chance! Oh, it's a stunning goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Valencia are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Turns back here, probably the best option. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Not where it came from. It's a promising position. Drills one in. Oh, well played. Rummenigge. Davids. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Hasebe is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. One 0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Ronaldinho gets into a good position. Oh, well measured. Chance for a shot! But he's left disappointed.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Busquets. Xavi. And it's Otto. It's Hasebe. Busquets. For Hasebe. That's going wide left. Busquets. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Busquets. And it's Rijkaard. And here's Stojkovic.
Has been indicated.
Lahm. Rijkaard. Fermin. Xavi. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Valencia coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Valencia are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Substitution.
So right back into the action.
Valencia can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Rummenigge wants to run onto this. Valencia come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Looking for options for movement. Mateus, oh, great leap! Oh, good finish! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
That is a brilliant interception.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Cleared away. And he's forced to go back. Howson.
Valencia really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure.
Rummenigge concedes a free kick for that. And he's going to have his name taken. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Showing good feet. And he's being shifted off it. Busquets did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Otto receives it in a wide position. Oh, he's played it in low. It's a goal! And they're back in front! Valencia have their lead. That's a cute ball. Hasebe with the clearance. Fermin, renowned for his long-range shooting, thinks about the shot.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
In with the challenge. Busquets scooting forward. Tries to play it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Valencia perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. So what can they make of this? And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Otto. Can he get on the end of this? He's found a way through. Oh, nice touch. That's Busquets. And it's Jordi Alba. Great vision. And this is Iniesta. Jordi Alba. Swings it across. Neuer claims it without any fuss.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Rummenigge. Fermin. Rummenigge. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Busquets. Hasebe. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Into the last 5 minutes. Rijkaard. And it's Iniesta. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And he was quick to react. Very much into the last knockings. And that's a good ball. Played out towards the right wing, and he decides to cross it. Oh no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Substitution for Germany, number 21.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Coming on the field.
Hasebe spots
number
it
7,
and intercepts.
Toure. Number 22,
Insigne.
Fernandez. Number 9, Pele. Number 20,
Jordi
Alvarez.
Alba in
Number
towards the back
19,
stick. And he's cut it out. How they wanted to win. They did everything to win, but time has beaten them. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Today's match day.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're up and running. Well, for anyone whose allegiances lie with the red half of Manchester, this man for so long was an unsung hero. One of the most decorated defenders in the English top flight. He is Mikhail Silvestre.
His game was all about versatility and durability, Peter. An astute defender in the middle, a fine ball carrier with a good engine, went out wide.
Yeah, and you can expect another busy shift from him here.
He's never shy.
Xavi. Oh, strongly challenged there. Van Nistelrooy.
This is the time you need that pace.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And it's Jordi Alba. Iniesta. Turns back here, probably the best option. Jordi Alba. And it's Iniesta for Hasebe. Swung over.
He'll be disappointed with that.
And he won't reach that. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Gerrard. Costa Curta. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's with the keeper. Seaman.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail.
Oh, good climb! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. And the finish! Goal, Spain! And a calamitous moment ends with the inevitable result.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Now it's Dani Olmo. Looking for options for movement. Engages and forces him off the ball. Iniesta. Valencia are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And it's Iniesta.
Valencia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And it's Messi. Xavi. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Dani Olmo. Aimed beyond the defence, and he's picked it up out wide. Alvarez. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
It's gone for a throw-in. Costa Curta. And back to the keeper. Silvestre.
Spain really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Iniesta. Busquets is always looking to break lines. Now it's Stojkovic. Jordi Alba picks it up out wide. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Messi is eyeing up his options in the middle. So who's he going to be aiming for here? Jordi Alba, delivered low, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. That's good running with the ball, and he cuts out the supply. And it's Iniesta. Little pass back.
I would think that was the wisest choice.
Xavi. Dani Olmo. That's Gerrard. Otto makes the interception. Chance here to counter. Stojkovic. Now, can they get him away? Gerrard. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Valencia finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 80,
The second
Ronaldinho.
period is on the way.
El dorsal 13.
Valencia really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Conte, the man synonymous with solidity. And it's Van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy! That was superb goalkeeping.
Van Nistelrooy clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Spain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That's a decent clearance. There's the delivery. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped.
Alvarez! And that's another fine save. Spain have their second corner now. Alvarez with the short one. Oh, super ball. No way through, so back it comes. Plays it across. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, it's come loose. Knocks it into space. Now, what about a counter-attack? Long ball by the goalkeeper. Conte. Valencia still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Iniesta, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Jordi Alba. Iniesta. 60 minutes played. And it's Xavi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Conte. Valencia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And it's Van Nistelrooy. That is a great pick out. He's shifting through the gears here. He's had a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? And it's hoisted clear. Plenty to... Chance for a shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El
So we
dorsal
have
8,
movement on both benches.
Iniesta, será sustituido por el dorsal 20, Rosicky. Se va a realizar un
That
cambio
pass
de
isn't the
jugadores.
best. And here's Drogba. Drogba proves too strong. He's got away. Pull it.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Space for him to turn and look. Looking for the run. Otto receives it in a wide position.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
And he's there to retrieve it. Messi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's been slipped through.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And it's Hullet. Pressure coming in from all directions. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Now it's Drogba. Drogba is wide and looking to get onto this. Oh, he's found support out wide. Just eases him off the ball. Silvestre just loves to go forward whenever he can. Well, this could be it, bar something close to a minor miracle.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
He is through here. No, he wasn't going to let him past.
Valencia really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Jordi Alba is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was
Habrá
very poor.
2 minutos de descuento.
Two minutes to be added on. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No foul, says the referee. And that will be it. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores.
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
What a frustration, Peter. Even after the goal, no real change in approach. That's about as inept as they come, and it's no surprise there are many in the stands that are making their feelings pretty clear.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Hello,
it might not
everybody,
feel
and
like that.
welcome to today's
The stadium
match.
is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I think we have another one here who's a member of the Catalan school of total football and the type of player that is very much their speciality. This guy, Fermin Lopez, you have to wonder what it is with them and elite central midfielders. But he's going to be, if everything works out, that is, he's going to be up there with the best of all.
Well, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And it's Iniesta. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's played in here. Kimmich. Gives it back. Otto. Otto got a long way forward to join the attack. That's very neat. And he is dashing. Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Rijkaard. And it's Xavi. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Fermin. Now it's Thuram. Al Hilal do have a chance to counter here. Always onto this. Oh, what takes a shot! Goal! Al Hilal! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Xavi. Valencia are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Fermin.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Otto. Otto is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. This is a promising build-up. And it's Jordi Alba. Ronaldinho. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Busquets. And it's Otto. Spread to the right. And Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Stojkovic! And he hits the net. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Rijkaard did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Kimmich. Can he get it through? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run.
Big chance! Goal! Brilliant! Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Al Hilal with the lead. Palmer. Kimmich. Now it's Thuram. Busquets. And Stojkovic. Odo. Odo carries the ball down the right. And they've got a throw.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Busquets. Odo. Messi. Aimed at the far side. Oh, good effort! And again! It's a goal! And the lead lasts no time at all!
Yeah.
And that is all they have time for. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2.
In the areas shown on this map. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Substitutions taking place.
And so we're off again.
Valencia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
He slings it in. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Robertson. Valencia do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Valencia have the chance to go the other way. Rijkaard. And it's Jordi Alba. Iniesta, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Pinches it off him, and it's Palmer. Alexander-Arnold. Passing is crisp and sharp. Al Hilal are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Tries a shot! Oh, crossbar! Messi, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
"60 minutes played. Busquets. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Now it's Hullet. No, he's not getting his way this time. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Out towards the flank. Threads one in. Valencia still have the cards to affect this game. Palmer. Xavi. Xavi. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Xavi. Gnabry has it in a wide position. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Thuram. Spread out to the left. Vermeer. Kimmich. Ball played for Rijkaard. Robertson. And he was quick to react. Busquets. Goes looking wide. Gnabry. He's shifting through the gears here. Jordi Alba. Crosses it in here. And that is good defending. It's been repelled. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Rijkaard is there, and he can get that clear. Alexander-Arnold. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Thuram. He won't be happy with that one. Played out towards the right wing.
Al Hilal really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Now it's Thuram, and that interception was most necessary. Can he get on the end of this? 5 minutes left on the clock. Busquets. And it's Xavi. Played into space. And this is Hullet. Oh, what has happened here? Jordi Alba. Busquets. Xavi. Xavi has been caught there, it's a foul. And this is the big chance.
Well, I think this is definitely one of these areas where they've rehearsed an awful lot on the training ground.
Messi receives it in a good position here. Nicely weighted, and he shoots! Xavi finds himself offside. They'll have to settle for that. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Hello,
Valencia can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Red and black wherever you turn. The San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see. And that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count. I've got a feeling he's going to be a real handful for the opposition here.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. He's shifting through the gears here. Xavi. Stojkovic. Xavi. That's Busquets. And it's Xavi. For Iniesta. And it's Olmo.
This is the time you need that pace.
Valencia appearing to have the better of things in these early exchanges. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Always goal side.
That's a shame because it was such a good decision.
Jordi Alba.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Rijkaard. That is ended up in no man's land. Kokchu. Oh, good take in a good area. Decent chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Milan really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Odo is one whose deliveries we all know about. Busquets. Dani Olmo with a definite foul there. Hasebe is always looking to break lines. Busquets. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Xavi. And it's Hasebe. And it's Odo. Now it's Lewandowski. Looking for a runner. No, he's just misjudged that one. Hasebe. Rijkaard. And it's Odo. For Xavi. Busquets. Xavi. And it's Xavi. Busquets. Odo. Played back into the centre. And Iniesta. Jordi Alba. Now it's Stojkovic. And this is Iniesta. De Bruyne. Oh, there's a probing ball. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. Not the most convincing of passes. And the counter is on. Well, that has not gone well. And it's De Bruyne. Good running, strong and purposeful. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Valverde. Valverde crosses.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Busquets. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nicely weighted ball, and he welcomes it in. Schlotterbeck gets it clear. Jupe. Now it's De Bruyne. Now it's De Bruyne. It's a promising position. De Bruyne. Oh, that's neat. And it's Barella. Good ball, good take. Oh, he's burst through. Iniesta. It's a pretty loose pass. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. We're on the move again. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Now it's Stojkovic. And he's picked it up out wide. Can he get it through? Delivered look. Chance! Not the most accurate pass. Knocks it into space. And he's quick to get rid. Jupe. Jordi Alba gets over and intercepts. Well, they've got it again. Great vision. Ronaldinho receives it in a wide position. And the shot! He's scored!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Mendes has it out wide and in space, and it's Kukçu. Passes short and sharp.
Diouf really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
It's Ronaldinho! It's bounced back off the post. It's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11.
Milan choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Mendes gets into a good position. And we have our very first corner. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. It's their second corner of the game. And that should get the job done. Chance for a shot! That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Busquets. Ball played for Xavi. Now it's Iniesta. Pinches it off him. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Bojan. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Jordi Alba. And it's Rijkaard. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rijkaard has been caught there, it's a foul. Rijkaard. That's destined for the flank. Iniesta. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Bojan. Oh, good read. Lovely pass, but can he get there? They've got a corner here. Corner number 3 coming up. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Now it's Messi. He has found the way through. Lovely bit of skill. Tries one from range. And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
A case now of complete control. Corner number 4 coming up here. Kukçu goes short. Valencia have the chance to go the other way. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Valverde. Looking for options for movement. Bojan Krkić unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Looking for the run. Rijkaard makes the interception. Juve. Kukçu has given away a free kick. Odo.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
He has a look up. He's had a shot! Well taken goal. And they are right back within touch. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Milan may be down, but not out just... And that's it. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Messi picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Unmistakably, the San Siro, this most distinctive of structures. 80,000 it holds. Things already rolling.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Xavi. Now it's Bebeto. Iniesta. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Iniesta. And he's had it nicked away. Davids. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bebeto! Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Iniesta. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well read, nice interception. Busquets. And that is out of play. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Iniesta. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Valencia still without a single shot on target. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And he's managed to get rid. Well read, and the danger is averted. Odo. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Iniesta. And it's Stojkovic. Dani Olmo. Big chance! Goal! Inter!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Inter Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Odo. Valencia are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. He might be in here! Nicely weighted ball. And he's got the beating of his man.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
The referee has just said play on. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Pass is just off target. Stojkovic. Stojkovic going face-to-face with his great rival.
Now then, clash of the egos.
Hasebe. Now it's Messi. That has been cut short. And it's Davids. He has found the way through. Now it's Van Basten. It's Van Basten! And And that's a good finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Ribery has given away a free kick. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 9.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Gerrard gets the call to seemingly universal approval.
Now, that's what you call a luxury addition, to be able to summon someone of this calibre.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Stojkovic. Xavi. Spread to the right. Busquets. Iniesta. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Cafu clears. And it's Stojkovic. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And this is Roberto Baggio. Roberto Baggio! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
This possibly the last play of the half. Van Basten! It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Cambio di giocatori.
So we're underway for the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Foot in. Oh, that is a nice touch. And here's Hullet. Gnabry. And that's aimed into the middle. Gerrard clears without hesitation. And it's Hullet. Oh, he's burst through. There's the shot! Bebeto. Xavi. That is ended up in no man's land. Thuram with the clearance. And it's Xavi. Now it's Van Basten. Iniesta. Iniesta will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. It's Iniesta! Magnificent! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Back to within 1. Interesting. And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Valencia cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response.
And the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now it's Messi. And a chance! And he stuck it away! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Valencia are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And it's Xavi. Jordi Alba.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, now here... Terrific effort! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
No, that was never going to make it. Jordi Alba. That's Rijkaard. Hasebe. Odo. And it's Jordi Alba. Iniesta. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. This is a promising build-up. Pass somewhat off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Valencia clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Gnabry picks it up out wide. He is through here. Gives it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Looking for the run, and he's picked it up out wide. Hangs what shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Hullet. Now it's Xavi. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Knocks it out wide. Jordi Alba. Davids makes the interception.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rijkaard. Odo. Messi. To Jordi Alba. Cafu. And he's managed to get free. Towering header! And he's there to belt it away.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hullet is the team's great visionary. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 11, numero 26. Lasciano il campo per il numero 5, il numero 15. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Xavi. Xavi. Good, strong midfield running here. And that is that. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So straight into the action. Well, there is Xavi, one of the great creators, inventors, one of the great visionaries of the game, Jim.
I fell in love with him and his style of play. Just unmatched in terms of intelligence and vision. He really is peerless in what he does.
And he's forced to go back. Jordi Alba. Now it's Iniesta. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And it's Messi. Nicely weighted ball. Eto'o. Oh, such a clever touch. And this is Messi. Good read, needed to be. Busquets. Rijkaard. Ronaldinho. He's got away. Ronaldinho.
That's good play from him.
Ronaldinho stood his ground strongly. Xavi! And we have our very first corner. Xavi goes short. He is just caressing the ball. He has found the way through. Skims one in. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And that's going right the way across, and it's Messi. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Thuram. And it's Thuram. It's Pirlo. It's a searching pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That has been slung wide. Great vision. He's found the way through. Pirlo.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Looking to play him in. Otto gets into a good position. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Corner number 2 then. Messi with the short one. And they've got a throw. And he's had it nicked away. Busquets is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, the idea was a good one. Oh, they could be caught out here. Stojkovic. Busquets. Ibrahimovic. That has not gone well. Rijkaard. That's Busquets. And Iniesta. And it's Rijkaard. And he goes cross-field. That has ended up in no man's land. Referee's given a throw. Stojkovic. And he's managed to get free. Ronaldinho! Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Thuram, always a very imposing presence at the back. Stojkovic. Lovely feet. Shapes to shoot! Superb from Stojkovic! A finish right from the top draw! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, it's always that bit tougher for a keeper when the underside of the crossbar is in play.
Valencia have fired themselves in front.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Stojkovic is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Hasebe gets it away. Edmilson. That's Cannavaro.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Ronaldinho making a dash for it. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? The message is clear, none shall pass. Threads one in, now it's Eto'o. This is a promising build-up. And he's in on goal. Decent chance! And that is quite wonderful. Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
And that is indeed the final act. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 80.
So we're into the second 45.
El dorsal 13.
Valencia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Goes for a shot! And he's done it!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Valencia really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Barcelona leading now. Oh, good effort! And it's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the...
Tries one from range! Could be danger here! Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Ibrahimovic. Now there's a... and he shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase onto it. And again! Superb from Szoboszlai! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And again they hit the front. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Cannavaro. Valencia perhaps contemplating their next change here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now that's well seen too. Xavi. Pirlo. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. And it's Iniesta. Spread it left. Shot could be on. It's Xavi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Xavi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Valencia have their third corner. And it's been taken short. Lovely bit of skill. Lofted in.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Pirlo. Vieira. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Xavi. Xavi makes a dash for it. Can he get on the end of this?
Valencia really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And this is Eto'o. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Corner given. Barcelona have their second corner now. Terrific effort! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there and it's been blown.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Iniesta, el dorsal 10, Messi, serán sustituidos por el dorsal 20, Rosicky, el dorsal 17. Se va a realizar
And they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Xavi. Pull it. Busquets. And it's Jordi Alba. Insigne has the space to scheme. Out of play for a throw. Not the most accurate pass. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And it's Pirlo. That's a nicely shaped ball. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! Cannavaro. Ferdinand, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Edmilson. Edmilson.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Habrá 4 minutos de descuento.
Lorenzo Insigne. Rosicki. Showing good feet. Lorenzo Insigne. Yet another chance goes to waste.
Valencia really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. And that is as far as it goes. Valencia illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.